afternoon, everyone. Hope you all had a great weekend. I want to start by addressing the devastation from the tragic flash floods in Texas. Moments ago, the Department of Homeland Security provided an update that 91 innocent souls have now perished. Everyone here at the White House, including the President of the United States, is praying for the victims' families and friends during this unimaginable time. President Trump swiftly signed a major disaster declaration for Kerr County, Texas, to ensure our heroic first responders have every resource they need in the relief and recovery efforts. Secretary of Homeland Security Kristi Noem traveled to Texas over the weekend, and the entire Trump administration is working hand in glove with state and local officials to provide every assistance available. The situation on the ground remains dangerous, and there could be additional public safety threats with potential incoming heavy rain. So we encourage everyone in the area to remain vigilant, listen to all warnings, and respond accordingly. Unfortunately, in the wake of this once-in-a-generation natural disaster, we have seen many falsehoods pushed by Democrats such as Senator Chuck Schumer and some members of the media. Blaming President Trump for these floods is a depraved lie, and it serves no purpose during this time of national mourning. Here are the facts. In the lead up to this tragic natural disaster, the National Weather Service did its job. Despite unprecedented rainfall, the National Weather Service executed timely and precise forecasts and warnings. On July 3rd, the National Weather Service office in Austin, San Antonio, Texas, conducted forecast briefings for emergency management in the morning and issued a flood watch in the early afternoon. Flash flood warnings were also issued on the night of July 3rd and in the early morning of July 4th, giving preliminary lead times of more than 3 hours before flash flooding conditions occurred. And the National Weather Service office in New Braunfels, which delivers forecasts for Austin, San Antonio, and the surrounding areas, had extra staff on duty during the storms, despite claims of the contrary. So to any person who has deliberately lied about these facts surrounding this catastrophic event, you should be deeply ashamed. At this time, the administration's focus will be giving the victims and their communities the support they deserve during these recovery efforts in this tragic time. May God bless the great people of Texas, especially the parents who have lost their children. President Trump loves you. We are praying for you, and he will be traveling to see you later this week. Moving along to some further scheduling announcements. Tonight, President Trump will host the Prime Minister of Israel, Benjamin Netanyahu, for dinner, where they will discuss the positive developments taking place in the Middle East region. Tomorrow, the president will host his 6th cabinet meeting of his 2nd term. Many of you will be invited to cover that. And on Wednesday, the president will host leaders from 5 African nations for lunch in the state dining room. In other news, after the historic signing on the South Lawn of the White House on the 4th of July, President Trump's One Big Beautiful Bill is now the law of the land. Republicans in Congress met the once-in-a-generation moment and codified the Make America Great Again agenda into law. After this monumental achievement, no other president in modern history has worked harder and faster to fulfill their campaign promises than Donald Trump. The One Big Beautiful Bill will get the United States of America firing again on all cylinders. It's safe to say that over the past few weeks, the president has delivered on many, many wins. For the 4th month in a row, jobs numbers beat market expectations with nearly 150,000 good jobs created in the month of June. The American economy has now added nearly 700,000 jobs since January 2025, with American-born workers accounting for all job gains.
During a recent White House press briefing, Press Secretary Karoline Leavitt revealed shocking and emotional details about the catastrophic Texas floods that devastated the state in early July 2025. As she shared the staggering numbers, the room reportedly fell silent. Over 100 people lost their lives, including 28 children, with one of the worst tragedies occurring at Camp Mystic, a girls' summer camp, where at least 27 campers and counselors were confirmed dead and more than 20 others remain missing. Flash flooding, caused by the remnants of Tropical Storm Barry combined with unusually warm air, led to more than 20 inches of rain falling in just hours across central Texas, especially in the hill country. Rivers like the Guadalupe rose by nearly 26 feet in under an hour, overwhelming entire communities. Leavitt described the disaster as an act of God, defending the federal government's preparedness and response efforts. She stated that the National Weather Service had issued flood watches and timely warnings days in advance, including hours before the most destructive flooding began. Responding to criticisms that prior Trump administration budget cuts weakened the NWS and possibly affected alert systems, Leavitt called those accusations a depraved lie and assured the media that the agency remains fully staffed. Her bold and unwavering tone reportedly stunned the room, creating a brief silence as the gravity of the disaster settled in. However, local officials and many residents shared a different story. The mayor of Kerrville emotionally stated that they didn't even have a warning, and other community members reported receiving alerts too late or not at all. Critics argue that years of funding cuts to weather forecasting and emergency management agencies may have directly impacted the effectiveness of alerts and preparations. Meanwhile, climate experts and media outlets pointed to the increasing severity of weather patterns due to climate change, arguing for a stronger national response strategy.